A tradition like no other, where people pretend like golf is not incredibly boring to watch. In the last 20 minutes, I've seen 4 swings. 4. No phones allowed. We are prim and proper. You're just not sophisticated enough to enjoy the beauty of the sport. That's correct. I like my sports childish and fun. Here we go. The big shot. I actually don't know if this is Rory or Justin Rose. And now he does not do it. No way you missed this. I could hit this shot. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Good job. You know what baseball did to fix their issue with presentation?
I'm so serious about this, by the way.
They should do something similar with golf. Obviously, the time it gets to actually get to the ball is different. But once you are there and it's your turn, you should have like 30 seconds. Go. Take a shot. Let's go.
I think that's a great idea.
Let's go. Make it more interesting. He wins! He wins the Masters! Rich people everywhere, this is your new hero. All right, Country Club Bros, I'm ready for the comments.
Hello.
You don't get it.
Correct.
You just don't get it at all.
That is exactly correct. I don't.
Have you ever gone out and played golf yourself? Not mini golf, actual.
No, and I would like to, and I will say this, and I did not put it in the video just because it didn't fit, and it would have kind of it just wouldn't have fit. In no way, shape, or form am I saying that golf is not an incredibly difficult sport. I think it's one of the most difficult sports.
Josh.
It's very difficult.
It's not only incredibly difficult, it is the most difficult thing that you'll ever do.
I would say maybe hitting a baseball. I would say hitting a baseball is difficult. I don't even disagree with that as an argument. I really don't. It had nothing to do with it. Honestly, my biggest issue with watching it was the presentation. That really was what it was. It was too slow.
If I could really ruin this day because I do know one surprise guest that will be at WrestleMania. I have inside intel. I actually do know somebody who's going.
How did you? How?
I could explain off camera, but I do know somebody who will be at WrestleMania.
Like unannounced?
Unannounced.
Don't tell me who, but yeah.
I have intel of somebody who will be there.
Don't tell me who, but tell me how you found out later. But my issue really is the presentation and the fact that in the playoff, or if you call it overtime, or it was like that, in that moment, where it's like if the Super Bowl goes to overtime. In the span of 20 minutes, I saw 4 swings.
Well, but Josh, you would understand that would be like Rory getting the Grand Slam. God, it's so hard to fucking.
It's a huge achievement, huge accomplishment. I don't take away from
There
that.
are only 6 other golfers that ever do that, I think.
Something like that.
It's like 6 other people. The Tiger Slam is the coolest one because he held all 4 majors at once. That's only happened once. He won all 4 majors. He lost the Masters, then went on to win the next 3, and then the next year he won the Masters. So he did have all 4, not in the same calendar year, but he had all 4.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I fucking hate Tiger Woods so much.
My real issue is that it's boring to watch. It's not about the game, not about the difficulty, not any of it. I get bored watching it.
You need to play it. You need to play the sport for yourself. That's when you'll understand it, and that's when you'll get everything. And plus,
I plan on going at some point. I would like to.
Look, the thing is, in that Topgolf, I fucking hate that place. I hate Topgolf so much. It's not that fun. It's not. It's just a driving range.
Another thing I've never done, also.
It's the most overpriced driving range that you'll ever go to with okay food. Their food's okay. But
that's kind of what
the whole thing, and it's completely not your pace.
Right.
But you don't have to shit on it because the thing is when you watch like the Masters, that's the one golf event that I really watch. Like the rest of them, I know what's going on with all the other majors and everything, but golf's just in a weird world, and it's all split up because of the whole live PGA bullshit. It's so peaceful.
That's my other problem that I don't like about it. Is it's too quiet. I think that in that moment, They should have had the Rory McIlroy fan should be screaming to try and distract Justin Rose, and the Justin Rose fan should be doing the same with Rory. I think the energy needs to be way up. That's the other thing I would change. And that's my biggest thing also.
It's peaceful. That's the
I
whole
don't think
thing.
it should be. I think that's like, it's not, sports and peaceful don't go together in my head.
They do. That is the one world where they do. It is just like hearing Jim Nance whisper into the microphone.
He is awesome.
He gives the greeting, the known greeting, hello friends, and welcome to a tradition unlike any other. Because that's what the Masters is. And it's cool. And all the little things that you were saying, oh, no phones, everything. It's cool. It's relaxing. It's just like, because you look at pictures from the crowd of that weekend. You look at, I saw ESPN post it, and it was awesome. You look at the picture of when LeBron when he did the scoring record, and it shows the crowd in the background.
Yeah.
Every single person is standing there like this.
Right.
Exactly like this. Every single person is recording at the Masters. You look, and it's just everybody staring there watching. And so much more involved. It's cool. There's little things like that.
It is
that make it so cool. And then you see all these pictures.
Go ahead.
By the way, you're like frozen.
Oh, am
You're
I?
like frozen. Okay. Are you good?
Can you hear me?
Your
Or
camera
can
was
you
like frozen for a little bit. That's why.
Am I good?
Yeah, I could hear you perfectly fine. That's why I was like huddling a little bit. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
I think I'm delayed though.
But it's just the little things. Okay. You guys want to see my Minecraft world?
There we go.
Oh, never mind. He's here. I was gonna show them my Minecraft world, but now you're here. But it's just the little things like that. It's the little things that just make it so. This is just the Masters I'm talking about. Solely the Masters that make it so special. Like any other fucking golf tournament, it's just a golf tournament, and that is what it is. And it's the same way, except for Live. The new Live Golf, if you look it up, it's exactly what you've been saying.
And I think I would enjoy it.
I went to Live once. It was pretty cool.
Because it's not the sport. The sport itself is, I mean, like it is. I think if you change up certain things in a way that I would like, I think I would love it. It's just, I couldn't watch it. I just couldn't.
It's just, here's the thing. When you go out onto a course yourself and you play 9 holes, 18 holes, whatever, you'll figure it out. You'll get why it's so much better when it's just peaceful. You'll get why.
I'm also not a professional.
No, I know, but you'll understand it. You'll understand why it's like that. You'll get it.
Yeah.
It's a classy thing. You throw on a golf polo, some khakis, you go out there, and the first time that you scream and throw your golf club or slam it into the ground, that's when you'll get it. And you'll be like, okay.
I never thought of this. Low key.
Yeah.
I did not have this idea. I never had a thought. But I love that idea, and I'm not making a joke either. I'm so serious. Like that is the first I'd ever heard of an idea like that.
Also,
make it a race.
Also, when you go out there, if you have 3 of your buddies with you and you have 2 golf carts and you just go out there, you have the most fun that you've had in a long time.
But how much more fun would it be if you're racing down there trying to get it? Like, that'd be so fun.
No, you concentrate a little bit, and then your buddy like slams his golf cart into you, and then you just crash the carts into each other. Like, that's what happens. It's fun. And a lot of people get mad at that. Imagine playing golf at night. There are a couple courses out there that have the lights set up across the entire course where you can. That would be sweet. Like, did you watch on TV a few years ago when they did the match and it was Brady and Josh Allen? And
I did, and then I got bored.
I forget which 2 golfers were there. That was awesome with them and the carts and everything. I loved that.
I got bored, but I liked the presentation of it better because it was more interesting.
Well, because you also know the people and you know, like,
but what made it interesting was the fact they were talking and they were going back and forth, and it wasn't. The other thing is, I feel like now this is more of a me thing, and I don't even expect you to understand this, but the whole vibe of it, it feels like they all think they're better than everybody else, and I don't like it. There's also that. There's a sense of entitlement that sometimes I feel like there is that it rubs me the wrong way. But I
I
feel like
get
if
it.
they made some changes, I could get past it.
I get it. And anywhere else, I'd agree with you,
Yeah.
except for Augusta, Georgia.
Okay. Like that's entirely possible.
That's the one place where it's like, it's prestigious as fuck. And you could say the same thing about the Kentucky Derby.
Right.
You could say the same thing about a lot of
Yeah.
events out there. Like when I went to the Derby, there are a lot of people who walk around who think that they are the best thing since sliced bread. There
Yeah.
are. Because they're dressed to the nines. I mean, they put in a lot of work, a lot of money into that, and they go there to impress. That's the whole point, is to
Right.
dress to impress, you know? Me, I threw on some fucking dress shirt and pants and called it a day.
Yeah.
But I also found out that I was going to the Derby literally 2 days before the Derby, so I was like,
Right.
fuck. And I can't wait. That's another event that I am so excited for, and I cannot wait for the first Saturday in May. I cannot wait for the Kentucky Derby.
That's a fun event. I mean, the Preakness.
I love it, man. I mean, I'm just a Derby guy.
Yeah, I mean the Derby is the best and biggest one. It's just the Preakness is in Baltimore. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Preakness is in Baltimore.
Yeah, it's a Pimlico, like 15 minutes from my house.
Oh shit. Oh. And then there's Belmont down in Florida.
I'm going to get my hair cut like some point this week. Whenever I go, it's like right across the street from Pimlico.
Really?
Yeah.
Hang on. I gotta look this up. What's the name of the actual horse race track?
Well, Pimlico is like that area. Yeah.
What's the name of the track? What's the name of the track?
Pimlico Racetrack.
Pimlico Racetrack, Heights Avenue.
Timonium.
This is definitely not it. Nope, it is.
It is not very. It is not like. It is. It's very ugly.
Yeah, this is not. Churchill.
It's horrible. I've not been there for the Preakness, but no, the area is awful, and it has been something the city of Baltimore has been very upset about for a long time because it's supposed to be a huge event, and it is a huge event. And whenever someone goes, it's the vibe is like, this place sucks.
Yeah, that is not like.
Oh, it's horrible, and it's outdated. It's so outdated.
Like Churchill Downs is so beautiful.
Yeah, they need to make some significant upgrades to that place before Baltimore loses it, because they deserve to, honestly.
Yeah, and dude, they have so much money involved. The amount of money involved in horse racing is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, it's seriously some of the most ridiculous
insane
shit ever.
We are actually we're working on something, me and Michael. It's coming up very soon.
About horses?
Yep.
Are you going to the Derby?
No. And I'm not going to the Preakness either, but I am going to something similar to it in Baltimore. And there's a certain thing that will probably be happening, but I'm not going to announce it yet because it's not official yet.
NASCAR?
No, God, no. It's horse racing.
So wait, that makes no sense. Are you buying a share of a horse?
I am not. No, neither is Michael.
Michael is.
No, neither is Michael. No.
What the fuck?
I'll tell you later. But
this makes no sense. That just made no sense.
I honestly should not have brought it up.
One of the old, I forget his fucking name. One of the old TikTokers, he owns a share of a horse who's in the Derby this year.
Really?
Yeah, one of the old fucking like hype house guys.
Really?
Yeah, he owns a share of one of the horses.
Interesting.
The names also, that's one of my favorite other parts.
I like that too. I'm with you on that.
How do you come up with them? Do they just think of the most random name that they can?
I don't know. I mean, there's probably a reason behind it. So
thanks for using my idea, by the way.
What are you talking about?
When you said, "Oh, I'm thinking about going on an adventure. Where should I go?" You texted me, Jack, and Michael the other day.
Yeah.
And what was the first thing I said?
Wait, so because someone else suggested it, and that's where I got it. Shit, you did say that. So 2 different people recommended that.
Yeah, I was the first person to say that because now you're all like Mr. Wrestling. I'm like, dude, you have to go to Little People Wrestling.
And it was in Baltimore.
Yep, Sunday, April 6th on Twitter.
Huh.
And me and Jack agreed it is. And then,
Holy shit, I forgot about that.
Oh, Jack went to one. He sent videos from when he was at an event.
Yeah. It was
Oh,
insane.
was it?
So, Next Gen Stats came out with something that I have not gotten a chance to take a look at. I think we could do it on here because it's apparently it's really cool. And Next Gen Stats is a lot of cool
on
stuff.
here.
It's called Draft IQ.
Wait,
But it's like a
the
Next
fuck?
Gen Stats NFL draft thing.
Whoa, what the fuck? What? We were just talking about. I'm so confused where this went.
I was switching the subject.
Oh, I asked you, how was it though? How was it? I didn't watch the video. I thought you were talking about like drafting wrestlers.
No.
Okay. One last thing. I do have another side quest that you could do.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you'll be able to find this near you. I have
Mm-hmm.
no idea. There's some by me, and I've always wanted to go, and I've never gone because I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You need to find a demolition derby and go to one.
I don't know if there are any near here. Let's look it up. I don't know.
It's literally in the middle of like the cornfields. There's like these tiny little racetracks, and they just destroy cars.
Demolition derby near me.
They
Cecil
do it-
County.
Yeah, no, like in a bunch of small towns. It's in a bunch of-
Cecil County is
Yes, they do it like once a month or maybe once every 2 months. That would be one of the coolest ones that you could do.
Let's see.
Just go
There's
in
one
there.
in Upper Co, Maryland.
Guys, we're sending Josh. There. Wait. So where's
April 19th. But that's WrestleMania.
They definitely have more.
It's Spring Slam. July 12th is Midsummer Massacre.
Josh, you need to mark that on your calendar and make your way there.
I'm not against it.
That would be so cool. You need to be careful.
Ticket. All attendees must sign a waiver.
That is like so cool.
I'm going to put it in my reminders right now.
Demolition Derby. What's it called again?
What was it? Midsummer Massacre.
That's so cool. That is so
Demolition Derby.
What's a big horse race that they do every year in Florida?
Upper Co, Maryland. July 12th. So I'll make the reminder. It's on July 12th. So I'll make the reminder for July 5th and see if I would do it. All right. It's in my phone.
That is so cool.
It's in my phone.
Pimlico Race Course. I'm looking at pictures of this place, Josh, because I'm really just like intrigued by it. What the hell? What a new Pimlico race course could look like. Oh, so they're thinking about a new one, Josh.
Yeah, no, for years they've been thinking about a new one.
That's it? Wait. This is the whole fucking thing? Hold on.
Yeah, share your screen.
This is it?
Yep.
That's it. This is where one of the fucking Triple Crown locations is.
Yep.
You gotta be shitting me. There's no
Holy shit. Click that third picture.
Hang on one second. Third? Yeah. What a new race course could look
Holy
like.
shit. It looks actually like good.
Yeah, that is a big difference. Hold on. Compared to 1 second. It never works on it. Okay, it finally did work. Josh, like.
Yep. No, that's Churchill Downs.
Yeah, no, that is Churchill. That's what I'm showing. Like, compared to, there's no way that that's a Triple Crown track.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this shit, dude, it's just insane. It's crazy.
Yep.
How big is the fucking capacity at Churchill? Like, what's the? Let's see. 165,000.
Oh
Holy
my God.
fuck! That's ridiculous, right?
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see what the one is in Baltimore.
Whoa.
98,000. You can have 98,000 there.
I mean, it is a lot. I mean, there's still a lot of space. This is interesting.
Wait, what? Nico's going to UNC?
That's really interesting.
No way he's going to UNC.
By the way, have you seen how involved his girlfriend is? I noticed it a long time ago. A long time ago, I noticed it, but it kind of gained traction in like a couple of viral posts over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I think she might be his new Ernie Adams. I don't know if she's actually that good. I doubt it.
I don't know. It's interesting.
But like in terms of how Ernie Adams was just like this secret guy who had like undisclosed jobs, I feel like that. I feel like there's more to her involvement in the football program than just being his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's very
so
clear.
Interesting. It's so
it's very, very obvious.
So weird, bro. Their whole relationship is just like,
well, everything we've heard about her is that how she's really, really smart.
I've heard that too, but it's just like, Josh, she's like a little kid.
I know, it's so weird.
She's like a little, like, you know what?
It's ridiculously weird.
Even to this day. Like, it feels weird, like, thinking of some people out there who date people who are 6 years younger than them. And she's fucking 50 years younger than him, right?
Something like that.
50 years. Now, what I totally thought that she was just a trophy wife and that she's just there for his money eventually one day.
Doesn't seem like it.
But instead, she's helping him run UNC.
Yeah, no, it's
like, that just doesn't make sense.
No, it does not.
I'm sorry. None of it makes sense. Do you think they're going to be good?
But does anything that Bill Belichick does ever make sense? Ever?
No. Last night, which, going back to golf, this is something that you should watch on YouTube. You should go and watch Bryson DeChambeau's YouTube, how he does the Break 50 series. He does it with a bunch of celebrities. I was watching the one with Tom Brady last night.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about Bill for a bit and just how Brady was just saying how it's like, Bill Belichick, I've never met a person like him and never will meet anybody like him again in my life.
Yeah.
Ever. He said, like, what's it called? Bryson asked him, like, what's the best Belichick story you got? And he's like, I have 20 years of stories. But the thing about Bill is just the way that he worked.
Yeah.
The way that he did everything that he did was so different and so unheard of from everybody else. Like, you would sit here, if you had a lens where you could look into the Patriots when they were on their run.
I wish that we got to the closest thing we got is that Football Life that Belichick did. That one's good. And then it's just you hear the Do Your Job documentaries are good.
Do your job. That's the phrase. And he brought that up too. But he said the biggest thing about Belichick is, people thought that he was just a hard ass, but he wasn't.
No. Hilarious. So
the thing
fun.
that he would do is, like, after he said the way that he'd do it is after they won, he'd walk in and go, hey, I'm glad that we won, but this is what we need to work on. This is where we suck today. And this is how we're going to get better at it. Or if they lost, he said, yeah, that sucked to lose. This is what we're going to do, but this is also what we did good.
Yeah.
He said that he never was just like the coach who would go in there and say, yeah, you guys fucking suck today. That was terrible all around. He would point out the good and he would point out the bad.
My favorite thing is how they talk about how Belichick, and I've heard multiple former players for Belichick talk about how on Friday, he will tell you exactly what's going to happen in the game, and he's exactly right.
Well, because the NFL scripted.
He would tell you exactly what would happen. And
what would he say?
Where he would say, like, they're gonna do this, and this, and it was incredible. It was like a fortune teller.
Yeah. So
Darius Butler talks about it a lot.
He just studied his ass off and he knew everything they were going to do and he knew how to combat it.
Edelman talked about it. I've heard Edelman talk. Edelman's podcast, by the way, Games with Names, really good.
Good.
Like
I'm not
really solid.
It's weird because I'm in the media space, but I don't listen to any podcasts.
I listen or watch a ton of those podcasts. I would say 90% of the sports media that I consume is either YouTube. Well, actually, it's all is YouTube, 95%, and then 5% of it's on TikTok.
I just watch clips. That's it. I can't sit down.
Well, no, usually I'm doing something else and I have it on in the background.
But even when I'm like driving, I'd rather listen to music.
Every once in a while, I listen to music, but
yeah, I
would say it's like 60-40 podcast.
When I drive, I can't listen to podcasts. I just can't. I don't know what it is with me. I just can't do it. But also, this is the series. So season 2, he did it with Brady, Phil Mickelson, Bob Does Sports, funniest YouTube channel ever. With him and John Daly was hilarious.
Romo.
He did it with Romo. He did it.
Romo's like a big golf guy. I remember that when he was playing.
You know that I'm somewhat connected to Tony Romo a little bit.
Really?
Somewhat, somehow, a little bit. Not really, but my family, we don't see him anymore because he moved, but we were good friends with like his childhood best friend. So basically, where my grandfather has a house in Wisconsin, small ass town, maybe town of like 9,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Romo's from there. He born and raised his whole life. The local high school, the football field is Tony Romo Field. You walk into they have this little burger joint right in the middle of town. And you walk in and there's Tony Romo Cowboy stuff everywhere. There's Packer stuff because it's in Wisconsin, but it's right. Tony Romo stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And he goes back from time to time, but the golf course owner up there, which my grandfather, my dad, they'd all go golfing all the time. He was childhood best friends with Tony Romo, and they met Romo there before. Like, he's been there. It's, yeah. And I'm also fraternity brothers with Tony Romo, too. So,
nice. The Bears did make a move.
They did. They did. I am so fucking happy, Josh.
You're really solid move.
You're a ball knower, so you know how good Kyler Gordon is.
Yeah, it's a great solid move.
Because like what I said in my video about the Kyler Gordon extension is most people, if you're not a Bears fan, the only time that you have seen or heard of Kyler Gordon is the video whenever the NFL posted it of him running out of the tunnel doing the Spider-Man flip.
Yeah.
That's it. That is the only time that you have heard of Kyler Gordon because he goes. Well, it also doesn't help that he has a man named Jalen Johnson in the same secondary as him.
Right. Well, they have different roles. I mean, Kyler just
they do, but I mean, I'm talking national coverage wise. It doesn't help having somebody named Jalen Johnson in the secondary.
Yeah,
that was so well deserved, and I'm so happy that he's here. I just, with this Bears secondary, keep them together forever. Keep this whole group together because when they are all healthy. I'm looking at Jaquan Brisker, but he's supposed to be coming back, and I pray he does because he's so damn good. They're one of the best secondaries in the league when they're all healthy.
They can be, absolutely.
It's unbelievable because they're all so different, and just like Belichick says, they all do their jobs.
Yeah.
Jaquan Brisker, Jalen Johnson is the silent guy. And Dennis Allen's going to do it a lot more this year because this is the one thing that Fluke's kind of lacked on. Is not just having Jalen stick on their wide receiver one, like just stick with them.
Yeah.
And Jalen Johnson, you throw him on the other team's wide receiver one. That's it.
Yeah, the Ravens don't do either. The Ravens corners do not travel.
Kyler Gordon, he's one of the best slot corners in the NFL. Keep him there. He's got it under control. Jaquan Brisker just flies around the field every single play. He's involved in every single tackle. Kevin Byard, he's a floater. He's a ball hawk.
Kevin Byard's been doing what he's been doing his whole career.
Yeah. And it's just, they are so perfect. I know Kevin Byard's an older guy.
Yeah.
But keeping
Kevin Byard, go ahead.
And I didn't even bring up Tyreek Stevenson either. When he has his emotions under control, he's fantastic. He has, which that was the type of player when the Bears drafted him that He's going to make some mistakes. His emotions are a bit high. But when he hones it all together, it's beautiful to watch, and he's fantastic. Yeah. So, I love it, man.
Kevin Byard's the perfect example of a guy that's like, is the perfect example of the Hall of Really Good, what I like to call them, where like, he's nowhere near a Hall of Famer. No one will ever put him at discussion, but his whole career, he was just really good.
Mm-hmm.
He was good. He wasn't the best in his position. But just consistently
you know what?
Good.
One day, Josh, when we win the lottery or something and we're like billionaires, you want to build like right outside of the Professional Football Hall of Fame, like right across the street. Let's build
the Hall of Really Good.
The Hall of Really Good. And it's just like you go in there and you see your God, let me think of a name. Come on.
This, by the way, has been a video idea forever. You can help me actually. I forever I've wanted to do this, just make a team, so you can help me with this actually.
Like let me throw Matt
Stafford,
Forte.
by the way, is my quarterback.
Let me throw Matt Forte in the Hall Really Good. I feel like he's a solid fit. Like it fits to so many players. And then right next door
is my quarterback.
Okay. I see the vision there. I'm trying to think of more.
Doug Baldwin is another one that I like.
Lance Briggs.
Ooh.
Lance Briggs.
Brandon Marshall is too good. Brandon Marshall's too good.
Too good. What about Charles Peanut Tillman, or should he be a Hall
He's also, he's too. Because, well, it depends your definition of it, because I don't think either of those guys are Hall of Famers. But I put them a little bit. Actually, no. Like they're both.
I could see the argument that I make for Brandon Marshall, I mean, not for Brandon Marshall, for Charles Tillman, is when you create a move.
Yeah.
That is studied by the whole NFL and to this day called the peanut punch. Whenever you see it, a commentator always says it's the peanut punch. That's Hall of Fame worthy. Even if he doesn't make the Hall of Fame, and I've never been in the Hall of Fame, so I can't really attest, there's got to be a little thing for him in there. That's just like the peanut punch.
Well, what's cool about it is they just rotate a bunch of shit. Like their archives are crazy. Because it's just like a rotation. Really, the only thing that's always there are the busts. Everything else is like a rotation. So I'm sure they have stuff from them that are out at times.
Gosh, we brought up the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You know what I'm looking up?
Oh my God, yeah. Let's get an update here on the water park. Let's get an update.
Dude, we've talked about this like a million times and they're still not done. Hang on. Pro Football Hall of Fame water park. Game Day Bay. All right, what's the update on it? Is there any images? Oh my God. Dude, how the fuck have they still not finished this?
Are they still working on it? Because I remember, now I think about it, I passed the Hall of Fame. It was under construction.
No.
Wait,
no.
It was next. No, they weren't. It was not
No,
under construction.
Josh, I have really bad news.
Yeah. Is it gone?
They
abandoned it?
I have terrible news. Like horrible news.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So now this is just sitting outside of the Pro Football Hall.
Yes, because I saw that.
so now it was gonna be something cool, and now it's just even worse.
Yes, I know. Because when I drove out the Hall of Fame, I saw that, and I remember thinking, "What the hell is that?"
No way. Let's see. Hold on. So they terminated the lease. $2.6 million in unpaid rent, interest, and late fees. So this guy just gave up.
Oh, began in 2022.
Yeah. So now what? It's over. There's got to be like a now what thing. So it's just over, Josh.
Yep.
There will never be a Hall of Fame water park.
Ugh.
The website's still up, coming in 2024.
Ugh.
So it's gone.
We have to bring it back somehow, some way.
Well, they have that on here.
Well, you know what? When we make the Hall of Really Good, it's going to have a water park.
Will it be Game Day Bay?
Yes.
Wait. Is it still on like the main website? Hold on.
We will literally we will just take it and move it to the Hall of Really Good.
What rides do they have? Okay, so it's closed for the season, whatever. Play Action Plaza. Okay, so they have like a drop tower.
Make sure you're sharing that tab.
Oh, am I? Okay. Shares tab instead. Do you see
There you
it?
go.
That's why I was looking so focused. Okay, so we got some rides here. Let's see. So they got the up and down, not bad. Whoa, wait. Where do you go to like see all the rides? I just want the list.
Wait, what is this?
They have rides.
Huh.
It's called Play Action Plaza.
Interesting.
So like look, so they have that. There's some people eating at a picnic table.
Huh.
Okay, there we go. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. I keep getting called from like random hotels. That looks sick.
Whoa.
That looks cool. Okay, nice park. A Ferris wheel.
Oh,
There's
wow.
that ride again.
Cornhole.
I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it's nothing like crazy, but it's cool.
No. And then there's the Tacos and Tequila Music Fest.
Well, keep in mind,
There's sports.
this is the biggest attraction in Canton, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is kind of like associated with it.
What the hell did I just go to? What the hell is this?
Whenever you're on a new tab, it doesn't share it.
It just. What's the Nouns Bowl?
It's coming up.
Smash.
Oh,
Super
Nouns Bowl announcement trailer. Wait, go up. Full screen.
Oh.
Huh.
Wait. We had an aerial shot of Game Day Village.
The Hall of Fame Village, yeah.
Okay, so that's it.
Yep,
So
and I drove past that.
Where's the water park supposed to be in reference to this?
I don't know.
Hold on. Okay, we're going to look up Game Day Bay. This is some deep lore now, Josh.
No, it is. This is serious. This is what the rest of the episode is dedicated to.
Okay.
We will look at the draft IQ thing on Wednesday.
Whoa. Okay. This from May 22nd, 2024. Fuck. That's so long ago.
Maybe I saw something else and it wasn't that. Maybe it just looked like it. That's
Okay.
entirely possible.
Well, okay. Yep, this is the tab. All right. This is an old report, though. Yeah. There's a slate that opened this year. We'll have to wait a little longer. Like, that was.
I feel like we saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we said next year's induction, it'll be there.
Well, yeah. That was March 22nd.
Because it got pushed back to 2025. I remember seeing that.
This is November 1st. So, there's Trouble Game Day Bay Water Park at Hall of Fame Village faces lease termination of over $2.6 million in debt. That's it? Dude, that thing's big.
Yeah.
That's a big-ass building. Oh, my God.
Boo.
Thanks, Crane's Cleveland business.
For real.
So, now it's over?
Yeah.
That's it. Like, let's see. Hold on. This still comes up. It still comes up on here. And there's other images of what it was supposed to be.
What could have been.
Dude, like, that would have been so cool, Josh. Imagine me and you, like, sitting right there watching games.
That's Super Bowl 54.
You know how cool it would be to watch a Super Bowl in this pool with a bunch of floaties?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
dude,
wait, go back.
Where? Right here?
That's Super Bowl 54. And then that's Patriots. Mm-hmm. Is that Broncos? Yeah.
No, that's a Raven.
That is not.
Oh, never mind. It's Broncos.
That is not a Raven.
With purple. I'm like colorblind, I guess. Okay, so hold on.
That was when Damian Williams scored in that touchdown.
Currently under construction.
Got robbed of Super Bowl MVP in Super Bowl 54.
Let me go back on visit. Let's see if it comes up from the main tab. No, it doesn't, dude. So it's like hidden on the website now.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find it anywhere on here. Take a virtual tour.
Let's say it.
Share this tab instead. Here we go. Whoa. Okay, so hold on.
That's where it was.
It still says it. Currently under construction.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, so it's pretty close to the stadium.
So I did drive past it.
Yeah, you did.
Because I drove past the Hall of Fame.
There's the indoor training facility. There's the Center for Excellence. There's the gate. There's a fan engagement zone. There's the actual Pro Football Hall of Fame, which looks smaller than I thought it would.
It is. Yeah, it's not very big.
There's the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium.
That's the stadium. That's where the game is.
And then
And where the induction is.
over here is Play Action Plaza next to some people's houses.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. Because I remember when we went for Ray Lewis's induction, we literally parked in some random person's parking lot, and he was renting out his parking lot for that night.
Yeah. So
It was it was in the middle of a neighborhood.
And then here's Play Action Plaza. $7 to ride. That's a kind of shitty Ferris wheel, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on. How do I go back? Aerial views again. Sure. There we go. That's just so weird how it's literally like right next to a neighborhood like this.
So on August 30th, Ohio State and Texas are playing. My cousin who goes to Ohio State, we've been like wanting forever for me to go there and like go visit because like, why not? So we've arranged it already. Like I'm going to that game, Ohio State, Texas. And on my way back, I am planning on making a stop at the Hall of Fame.
And actually going in and checking it out.
Because I've only been twice. And the one time I really went and really saw everything was when I was 10.
Yeah.
The other time was Ray Lewis's induction, which while you got to see everything, it was cool. It was during the induction week. So it was like, you didn't get to see the bust room because the line was hours long.
I bet.
So, but we got to see everything else. And of course, the induction itself was awesome. I definitely want to make it back to a Hall of Fame induction because the ceremony itself is very cool for someone like me.
Yeah, no, I bet. I bet that it would be a super cool time to go there.
Yeah.
That's just crazy that they just
when Lamar gets in, I'm gonna go.
I just can't believe that they canceled the water park like that.
I know.
By the way, whoever owns it just decided to stop feeding it money.
Lamar and Josh Allen are both entering their 8th season.
Yeah, that's weird.
I make weird. I every year, I think the last 2 years in a row, I've done it. I'm planning on doing it again. Is a try not to feel old video and just like what year these guys were all entering. I've did it the last 2 years. I'm going to do it again this year. But yeah, I mean,
that's ridiculous.
The ones that always freak me out are the year 4 and year 5 guys. That are like, this is your 5th season.
Yeah.
Like Kyle Hamilton is in year 4, entering year 4.
Justin Fields is in year 4 or 5 at this point, right?
5.
That's crazy.
Caleb Williams is going to be. Oh wait, I was about to say something.
Oh, he's in 2nd year. Come on, Josh.
I was about to say year 3 for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, Bryce Young will be in year 3.
Yeah, that's weird. Damn, bro.
Saquon's in year 8.
Damn, bro. We just old as hell.
Yeah. Mahomes is going to be in year 9, year 8 starting, but year 9 for Mahomes.
Jesus.
I think Tyreek will be in year 11.
I don't believe this. I don't believe that. Okay, so I'm 22. I started.
Yeah, no, that checks out.
I started playing Fortnite my freshman year of high school.
So you're exactly the same distance away.
That's so weird. That's not cool. That's not cool. Dude, I have fucking like 3 weeks left.
The difference between now and 2050 is less days than 2000 to 2025. The days in between New Year's 2000 and New Year's 2025 are less days or more days than the gap between today and New Year's 2050.
Yeah. No, I'm old. I'm really old. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, damn, that's a bit of a glim note. That's a bit of a glim note.
It's WrestleMania week, though. Get excited. Monday Night Raw tonight.
This is so crazy to see this just.
I'm telling you.
This is like a new character.
I put this on. I think I posted it actually everywhere except for TikTok yesterday. When from like 2014, 15, and 16.
Yeah.
I spent probably hundreds of hours watching NFL Network, NFL history stuff, all of their shows, and just learning so much about NFL history. And then obviously I've kept up with it ever since, but that was like the beginning of it where I was just obsessed. I mean, I was learning everything there is to know about it. I would say 90% of my NFL knowledge probably dates back to when I was learning it in that 3-year stretch. The 2-month span since I first got into the WWE, I have been doing the exact same thing.
Wow.
And at this rate, by the end of 2027, I am going to be an encyclopedia of WWE. I am going to know everything at this rate.
You just got so many issues, man.
I've said this before, and it's on a real note, is the real reason why I do not want to I refuse to ever try drugs and shit like that, because I have a very addictive personality.
Okay.
And like, let's call it what it is. This football thing, it's an addiction.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a healthy one.
It is. It's pretty
but
healthy.
I know that if I did any of these drugs, I probably would like it and I'd get hooked like that. Because that's just my personality. I'm very addictive.
It's not just having an addictive personality, it's also just having ADHD.
Yeah. Like I know I'd like it and I know myself, I know I'd be on it. Like I wouldn't be able to quit. So that's why I'm so adamant that I'm never going to do it, because I know the second that I do it, it's over.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? That's a good thing. Maybe you could be like this about golf, Josh.
If they make it interesting,
it is.
They make it entertaining to watch.
It is entertaining. Now, you know what's the best sport to like watch on TV and like fall asleep while you're watching? NASCAR. My dad used to have it figured out when I was younger. Like he'd literally turn on the race, he'd watch like the first 15 laps, somehow fall asleep, and he'd like wake up if there was like a crash or something. But then somehow he would just wake up every single time with like 20 laps left.
Yeah.
Watch the end of the race.
Timed it perfectly.
Yeah. Anything else? We did not do a mock draft today, and we were going to. So Wednesday.
Well, no, we're doing a 2-round mock on Monday next week.
Okay.
Next Monday, we'll be doing a 2-round mock. That will be our last show before the draft, because Wednesday and Friday I'll be in Green Bay.
You're going?
Yeah, we always go. Of course we're going.
I'm not.
We always go.
I'm not going.
You should.
I'm sitting alone on my couch doing nothing.
Damn.
Watching no Bears draft party. Nothing this year.
Crickets. You know what's crazy though? You know where 2026 draft is, right?
Is it Bmore? Is it Bmore?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, that'll be a fun one.
I'm gonna be full heel like all week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in a Ravens jersey everywhere I go.
WWE terms. Josh.
Well, another thing that's interesting though is there are certain words like heel. I used that before I got into the wrestling. Like I personally pop, like a crowd pop.
Yeah,
I've used that since I was little. I didn't even know that came from wrestling until a couple of months ago.
Yeah,
I've used that term forever. Like
I had no idea what heel.
I didn't even know that's where that originated from.
I had no idea what everybody meant by heel until I like looked it up, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I that's something I had used definitely. I think that's from Pat McAfee is using that term heel. But yeah, certain things. It's very interesting. This new.
It is.
I mean, it's been about 10 years. I was due to gain another one.
Damn. So you're gonna see Katie before you see me in person.
Assuming we find her.
You probably will if you text her.
Yeah, probably.
She'll be bouncing. I don't know. I mean, this is her big show. You know,
It's huge.
It's Green Bay. It's in Green Bay, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll be sitting at home just watching the Bears draft. That's it, probably. So
How far away is Green Bay from you again?
from school, 5 hours.
Damn. All right, never mind.
From my house at home, 3 hours.
Well,
So it's
you're
not
going to be
bad.
at school, right?
Yeah. I mean, dude, if I wanted to go, I could, Josh. Do you have a hotel? Where the hell are you staying?
Michael needs to book it tonight. I've been on him, and he's.
Where are you staying?
I don't know. He seems to always tend to figure it out. I don't know how. I've now traveled enough with Michael to know that somehow, some way, he always figures it out.
And where are you flying into?
Apparently, Milwaukee.
Okay, that makes sense.
According to him, it's the cheapest and best option. Like, I'm sure if I did it,
tiny. It's about a 2.5 hour drive from Milwaukee to Green Bay.
that's exactly what he said. I'm sure
How
if
the hell
I
are you
did
gonna
it,
get there if neither of you can rent a car?
his dad is coming, and so is Minnie Mursky. As well as Max, who's a camera guy who came with us last year, who's goes to school with Michael, and he's coming with us again. It's actually a huge help last year. But yeah,
I might come and pick you up from the airport.
there you go.
I might, if I'm home, which I won't be home. Maybe I just drive up there and just meet you at the airport and we get lunch or something. And I say hello on that
Should.
Wednesday. Actually,
Is
no,
Milwaukee closer than Green Bay or further?
Shit, no. Milwaukee's so close. I could get to Milwaukee from here in 3 hours.
Okay, yeah, that we should do.
It depends if you're staying in Milwaukee because Katie wants me to.
We know we are. We are staying in Milwaukee on Tuesday.
Tuesday. What about Wednesday?
Wednesday, we're going to Green Bay.
Fuck. Never mind. Katie wanted me to come up on Wednesday.
Damn, you should come up on Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. I got to golf next Tuesday.
Oh.
I'll see you in fucking, I don't know, October.
Whenever the schedule comes. I mean, the schedule after the draft. That's the next thing. Schedule release.
Yeah, which I'm very excited about. I
too.
always get very excited. So, all right. Anything else besides this yapping randomly for like the last 5 minutes?
No, this is fun.
Draft.
These are always my favorite kinds of episodes.
They are. There just has to be a tangent that we both agree on, and that just goes.
Yeah.
But all right. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you all on Wednesday when we're
gonna look at that draft IQ thing, and then we'll talk about anything else that comes up.
That Josh hit the nail on the head. All right. Goodbye, everyone. We love you.